Yes, good morning, class. I hope that you're doing well. Today we are learning our subtopic of curriculum development. And to start, we would like to know what curriculum development means. Or basically, when someone talks about curriculum development, what does it mean? So, curriculum development, it can be defined as a process of planning, implementing, and evaluating curriculum that ultimately results in curriculum plan. So it's a point of coming up with ideas or objectives or goals. Then we do planning. Then after planning, we have to implement or to put into action what we have planned. Then after planning and implementation, we have to do evaluation, which is basically to get the feedback about the performance of the curriculum. Then on this type of the curriculum development, we are talking about a Taylor model of curriculum development. Taylor model of curriculum development is also known as the objectives model, and it was developed by a man called Ralph Taylor in 1949. It is systematic and linear approach to curriculum development. So it is systematic in nature, and its approach is really linear, or it's easy to follow and understand. Then Taylor's curriculum development was founded on fundamental questions, and this includes what education purpose should the school seek to attain. This is the objective. What is the objective of the school? If we have to have a curriculum, then for what reason? Which aim do we want to achieve at the end of the learning? Then the second question is what education experience can be provided and which is likely to attain this purpose. We have the goal, we have the objective or the aims, but again we need some education experience or some aid. They are like some aid or some helping to help us know how can we attain this purpose. The third question is how can this education experience be effectively organized? So at the part of the coming up with ideas and experience, they were done roughly. So we need to organize or systematically arrange them in an orderly way. So how can this experience be organized to facilitate effective implementing of the curriculum? The fourth is how can we determine whether these purposes are being attained? After we've done the organizing, implementing, what means can we use to determine if these objectives, these purposes are being attained? This includes assessments, which we can use to tell if we are heading in the right direction or in the wrong direction. The Taylor's model, it ends 4 stages or 4 processes. The first was defining objectives. In this, the education objectives or goals or aims were clearly outlined, and then steps were to be taken to achieve these objectives. After defining the objectives or what you want to achieve by curriculum, then we have to select the content, which involved identifying the content and learning experiences that will help students achieve objectives which were identified in the previous stage. The other is organizing the content. After gathering the content from various sources, there is a need or necessity to organize it. And also, there's part of organizing the learning experience in a logical or in an effective or some orderly sequence, which will facilitate effective learning for all the learners. Then after organizing the content and the learning has taken place, then the next final step is evaluating the outcomes. This we have to assess the effectiveness of the model or of the curriculum. Is it making us to get the objectives what we found? This has to be measurable. Are the students gaining knowledge as expected by this curriculum, or it's not? Then after this, the Taylor model can be represented in a diagram which is shown on the part of that diagram. There is result, behavior, learning, reaction. This one means of now assessing whether the curriculum is effective. Then there is goals and objectives. There is part of also coming up with the objectives and also organizing. Then for every scholar or for every artistic work, there are strengths and also weaknesses. Similarly, the Taylor model and some strength. And one of the strengths was clarity. It was clear, having systematic and logical approach. It was objective based. Basically, designing of this curriculum was based on what do we need to achieve. Then it was flexible in every educational background. Also, the assessment was good. It focused on the importance of assessment and evaluation of the curriculum. Then the weakness was that it had a limited focus. Basically, it did not give so much attention to the social learning. The other is narrow view of objectives. The objectives were just very specific. They were not broad, so it could not accommodate the needs of various types of learners. Also, it had the rigid structure. The Taylor model and limited student involvement. That is the part which we want to cover for today. Thank you for your cooperation. Good day.